So yeah, let's just get started in using our command line. So the first thing I want to go through with you guys is navigating the terminal. So in order for you to do command line, you need what we call a terminal. In Windows, we normally refer to that as command line or command prompt. Sorry, command prompt. These days, we have a version of that, which is the PowerShell on Windows machine. But it's just PowerShell is closer to Linux than command prompt is to the shell. So basically, this terminal is where we'll be writing our commands. And so we just want to have a little bit of an understanding of what this is doing. So on this line, we have a few things here and they make some level of sense to me. And for you guys, at the end of this, it should make sense to you as well. So this part is saying George, and this is just telling me that the user that I'm logged in as is referred to as George. And this @ sign is just telling you something like on, so maybe George is using, and this side is telling you the name of the computer that you're working on. The name of this computer is called George VirtualBox. And that's the name of this computer. Clearly, we cannot understand that this is more like a virtual, the name of the hypervisor, but the idea is that this is just telling you the name. So anytime you see this, it's just telling you the name of the system you're working on, your computer's name. And this is just telling you the hardware. And one thing that you understand is this. As say somebody going to be working in DevOps or even somebody working in systems, every device that you work on, especially every system or server you'll be working on, will have its own name. And so maybe you have one server sitting somewhere and another server sitting somewhere. This server may be called maybe George-VirtualBox. The other one may be called maybe web server maybe VirtualBox. And so, and it may be having various users like maybe George, another user like Paul, or maybe another user like Smith. And this may be having another user like, I just want to use one of the ladies, so Janet, Juliet, names, like random names. So what we're saying is that if I'm going to log in as George on this machine, when I go onto my command prompt, it would say something like George @ George-VirtualBox. Once I see this, it should give me an indication I'm logged in as George and I'm on this particular machine. This is what this is saying to us. It's not doing any extra thing.